my name is Inga Escalera,
Mhm.
and I live in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, in the United States of America.
Mhm.
And I am first generation here. Both of my parents were born in Latvia, and it's me and my brother. So both grandparents, we have Latvian food. But this particular one is on my mother's side, my grandmother, my Oma. And every Easter, every Easter it was there. Fish and any American that tries it the first time, they're like, it's cold. It's like, yeah, you're supposed to. My husband, when he first tried it, he's like putting it in the microwave. And I'm like, no, no, you eat it cold. But yeah, we traditionally always just had it at Easter. So it was a really, really big treat because everybody loves it. I mean, if you've grown up with it, as part of your heritage. But now my husband does love it. So yes, he doesn't run, for the microwave anymore. I just remember really enjoying eating it. But then when I got a little bit older, I wanted to eat it. My grandparents, they passed away, and I couldn't find a recipe anywhere for this particular recipe. And so I asked my mom, and she, it's really easy. You just, have, and then you want, I can tell you the recipe, but she just gave me the recipe, and then I made it, and it's a very simple recipe. It's a very easy recipe, and it's great. You really can't go wrong with it. Oh, it's easier than making pea dogs. First of all, you want to have at least 3 to 5 pounds of fish. And for me, it's best if they're like nuggets. I mean, you can get fillets, but then cut them up. Cod is what we usually used,
Mhm.
cod or haddock. But nowadays, with fish being so expensive, this year I used tilapia, and it was delicious. And tilapia is a little less, it's less expensive, and it turned out great. So
Oh.
any one of those three I've had, and they've all turned out really well. The flour, and then you put it in the egg, and then you flour it again. Now, this is the way I do it. Some people might do it differently. And then you want to fry up the fish. So once you've fried up all the fish, now I put it in like kind of a big baking dish, right? Um, you could use any kind of dish that will fit all the fish in the layer, as long as you use,
Mhm.
like a baking dish.
Mhm.
And I layered the fish once they're, fried up on the pan. And then you want to saute 2 large onions, slice them up and
Mhm.
saute them in butter. And while
Mhm.
you're doing that, and you could be doing this also, the tomato sauce part while you're frying fish. Um, in a big Dutch oven, well, like a regular sized Dutch oven, you want to put in 2 large cans of tomato sauce. Um, yeah, you want to put in 2 large cans of tomato sauce. Have extra smaller cans available. It really kind of goes by taste. And that's how it really, for me, like I don't really have a written recipe. Though this year I did write it down because I was like, oh, I almost forgot. So I better write it down because next year I might really forget. So, but I usually start out with 2 large cans of tomato sauce. And then you pour that in the Dutch oven, then add a teaspoon of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, a bay leaf, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, and that's about it. And so you have to simmer for 2 to 3 hours until it thickens up.
Mhm.
And that's where the secret comes in. Because if you just do it right away and like heat it up for a half an hour, it's just going to taste like tomato sauce with sugar, and
Mhm.
it doesn't taste well. So once you've sauteed it, or I'm sorry, once you have simmered it for 2 to 3 hours, you really have to just watch it when it thickens up and
Mhm.
taste it from time to time. If it doesn't taste, it should have a little bit of a sweet flavor, right? You don't want it real tart like a tomato sauce. The lemon juice also helps with taking the tart out, but you might think, oh no, how does that work? But it does. Yeah. And so then that's what you simmer that for a couple hours and your fish have cooled off now. And don't forget to put those onions in. Like once you've done frying the fish, then you saute the onions so they're nice and soft. And then you add that with the butter and everything into the tomato sauce. That's really important.
Simmer it all together. Okay.
Yeah. So that simmers all together for those, few hours. And sometimes it can take longer. It's one of those things where it's by sight, it's by taste. And once you know what it tastes like, so that's an easy thing. So you know what it tastes like. So you'll know for yourself what it's supposed to taste like. But that's just the basic recipe of starting it. And then pour it over the fish. Make sure everything is cooled off and then put it in the fridge overnight. And then there you have it in the morning. It's fantastic. My folks actually didn't come over until later on that day because my husband had to work on Easter. And so they came over about 4:00 in the afternoon. And for me, Easter is brunch. Easter is 11 o'clock in the morning,
It's breakfast, more breakfast than lunch.
Right. Right. Yeah. So I actually took a little bit out because it's Easter morning. It's bad enough I'm by myself. Nobody, was coming till later. So I just took a little bit and ate it. And I was like, oh, well, it's okay. Right. My dad belonged to he still does, the Mezhniks and Fisherman Club.
Yes, Maksheniak and Medniak Club.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a lot of friends through there. Yeah. So there's a lot of friends through there. They have an annual pig roast in August. So twice a year I get together with these Latvians and speak Latvian. He was a fisherman. He used to smelt a lot when the smelts were here in Lake Michigan because we're right on Lake Michigan. Okay. So when we were just talking about that, making the tomato sauce with smelts. And one of the gentlemen had commented on there that he made it that way. And I thought, oh my gosh, that would be like so delicious. But now here smelts are like 4 of them is $10. So, but back in the day, they were just so abundant that you'd get, I don't even know, like 5 pounds for $5. To be honest, I'm not really sure. I know he did go on fishing expeditions. My uncle did. My uncle and one of his other friends, Andres, they used to go up to Alaska and go fishing in Alaska. Yeah. I was like, wow. But my dad has never done that. But yeah, I think I'm not really sure, but I know he has gone on fishing expeditions.